one of those except Milwaukee repeat. Get to the point now, you just don't for granted. Well, third member of our team here at Chicago Stadium this afternoon, Andrea Joyce. Andrea?
Greg, as you know, the Bucks had all kinds of injury problems throughout the season.
Sigma is in the middle. And the Bucks are coached by Mike Mathis. Balls, and they'll flick them. They'll get their hands on them. Michael Jordan is very good at stealing the ball. He led the league. Scottie Pippen was right behind him. So they get their hands on the basketball. That's when the Bulls at their best. For the Bucks, what they have to do is get it into a very slow-paced game, half-court game, and try to take advantage of some precision execution on the offensive end. Bill Starr
I low key need to. I low key need to set my new camera up.
and to the sideline and saved by Pippen. Paxson for Pippen with Fred Roberts on him. Pick and roll doesn't work. Cartwright open for a short top. Out of bounds. That belongs to Bulls. Chicago. Because all of a sudden, they get plays like that. If you play an athletic game where it's running and jumping, the Bulls will win. But when you talk about just passing and getting the ball in the right place at the right time, I think the Bucks have the advantage. Fred Roberts. And this is Alvin Robertson. Not his shot, but he hit it. Alvin Robertson. Yeah, and Alvin is a player that is a great defensive player. So you're right, that's not his shot. If he gets going offensively, that helps the team. But as I said earlier, it's got to be the inside play of the Bucks to make the difference. Horace Grant outside. And now Paxson. Cartwright trying to move on Sigma to turn around and in. That was a more determined
Bill.
than we saw on Thursday because I thought Jack Sigma did a good job pushing Cartwright away from the basket. That time Cartwright got it in the basket. 4-2 Chicago, 10:40 to play first quarter, just underway here at Chicago Stadium. On the baseline, Robertson had it taken away, and Paxson stepped up right now down low. Got clock at 5. Sigma, three-pointer. Around and out, Morris Grant with the rebound. On the feed to Pippen. That's the play I'm talking about, Greg. That's an athletic play. You know, the Bulls get going down there. Scottie Pippen has got great ability, and Michael just made a very difficult pass look easy. 6-2 Chicago. On the floor, Humphrey saved it for Sigma. Three-pointer, Robert. Loose ball foul, and that'll go against the Bucks. Brad. No, it's not unusual. Got very little chance to get the rebound if it doesn't go in, and he's not going to beat many guards getting back on the defensive end. I think that's a tough shot for any 7-footer, and I don't advise. Horace Grant. Alvin Robertson pulls it down. And this is Lowhouse. Lowhouse, a 7-footer with a good outside
Gotta give me some motherfucking bliss
about Brad Lowhouse is he can stick the jump shot, but he's got to become more aggressive on the defensive end inside. Grant, lane. And then that's a great example of it. Horace Grant made a good play, but if Brad Lowhouse pushes Hawks away from the basket, then that's not as easy a shot. Back outside, Humphreys to Lowhouse, and then across court to Sigma. Down low, Roberts. Good look inside by Sigma. Good job holding position there by Roberts as well. 2-point Chicago lead. And Jordan has not yet attempted a shot. The pass down low, out of bounds to Chicago. Interesting. Everybody else into the flow, and as long as that happens, then he doesn't have to force the offense. As soon as it stops, he becomes the offense. Pippen, baseline. Scottie Pippen recording a triple-double and had a career-high 13 assists in the victory Friday night. 10-6 Chicago. 8.5 to play first quarter. Humphrey. That one off the mark. And going up high for it is Jordan. Down the lane. Look at Horace Grant. There's the pass by Michael, which looked a lot easier than it was. But when you got people like Horace Grant that run, you got big targets, and Michael found him right threading the needle there. Quinn, part of the problem for the defense is you get kind of lulled watching Michael handle the ball, and you're not watching everyone else the way he is. Yeah, you're like everybody else in the stands watching Michael. Robertson inside. This is back out for Roberts. Del Harris said that it is unlikely
they making good
Fred
shots.
Roberts, Brad Lowhouse, and Jack Sigma will have as bad a night collectively as they did Friday night.
Oh.
Jordan.
Ooh.
He shot that one and was turning around, coming back before it went in the basket.
14-8. Bulls lead, 7:35 to play first quarter. Roberts had to change his shot. Sigma fakes it and is fouled by Calqc.
Talked about Michael going to do with the ball, but you see right there, the defense doesn't get back. Jack tries to help out. He's feeding Horace. Now, Horace will rebound better when he's fed the ball like Michael just did. So it'll be interesting to watch to see what his rebounding ends up like.
Humphrey back outside. Alvin Robertson. A little long over that court, out of bounds, Chicago. Alvin Robertson scored.
Chat, if you see some mess behind me, I just moved in my crib, so it's a little mess back there.
Points for Horace Grant. And he had 19 points and 9 rebounds in game 1.
And of those 9, he had 4 offensive rebounds and was really active. And that's one of the things I thought hurt the Bucks as much as anything was Horace on the offensive glass.
Jordan with the tip away and gets it back from Pippen. There's another steal credited to Jordan. Here comes Pippen.
Hey!
That'll be an offensive foul. That will not count. Jordan, here comes Pippen.
I got neighbors now. Oh my God, dog. I got neighbors now. Ah. Oh my God. Ref. His feet moved. What? Come on.
It looked good, though. I'll tell you that.
We'll take a timeout here and bring people down to earth. The Bulls lead at 18-8.
They tripping. Tripping, man. Hey, they tripping. Trip.
With what sounds like good news, and we certainly hope it comes to fruition. And of course, CBS Dude will keep you updated throughout the afternoon. Meanwhile, we approach 6 minutes to play here in the first quarter, and the Bulls in charge by a score of 18-8. And Ricky Pierce has come into the ball game for the Milwaukee Bucks, and when he is not in there to pass the ball.
No, Ricky's going to get it up. You can count on that.
At the buzzer, Sigma shot off the mark, and here comes Paxson for Jordan, who is 1-on-3 and puts it up.
I think he's a little warm, Greg. He's right here, and we had the angle right behind him. And Michael's shooting the ball and starting back down court before it even gets to the basket, so he must feel pretty good about the shot.
Jordan has 6. The Bulls have a 12-point lead.
So the Bucks have also brought in the best inside player that played in the game on Friday, and that's Calqc Anderson.
He could have shot that.
Indecisive on the drive.
And I saw him shoot the ball because I think he's got a better chance to make the shot and or get the rebound if he misses it.
Jordan puts it up. Front rim, no. Out of bounds. That'll belong to far. Doesn't show any of the effects of the pulled groin muscle that he suffered here on Friday night.
Well, I'm not sure I agree with you, Greg. I haven't seen Jay Humphrey try to beat John Paxson, and I thought that was a mismatch in the favor of Humphreys, and I believe that groin hurt him.
Ricky Pierce gets his first bucket.
I think what Jay Humphreys is trying to do is preserve himself because, it's a long game, so he doesn't want to take a chance with it.
Fine, Quinn, be that way.
Thank you very much.
Got clock down to 10. Alvin Robertson on Jordan.
Nice pass for Pippen. Oh, and the shot was great, but you're right. Cadillac gets called for the foul, but Michael made a great look.
Milwaukee personal foul. 34, Greg Anderson.
Team to help out. Humphries was guarding.
3-point play for Pippen. He has 7.
And this is one of the things the Bulls will do. After a made free throw, they'll come out in their full court press.
And Alvin Robertson having a tough time in the backcourt.
Booga steal.
Jordan picks it off. Add a steal to go with his 4 assists now. 4th Milwaukee turnover. Pippen open.
Goes without saying, Greg, they're hitting on all cylinders. I mean, Michael is playing under such control here. I mean, it's interesting watching him. I think that he feels he can do anything he wants to do on the court now, too.
That way, you're outscoring for 6 points.
So you see the telltale factor again, the inside scoring in Milwaukee just hadn't showed up.
Sigma couldn't get that step back away. Now he does. Over Cartwright. Jordan with the rebound. Looking for an opening. Dishes for Pippen.
Michael is just driving, getting everybody else in the game, staying in the flow. But he's got Ricky Pierce guarding him, and Ricky Pierce is a great offensive player, but because he concentrates on offense, defense is going to be tough for him to stay up with. And Michael is tough for anybody to play then.
Scottie Pippen has 11. Pierce. Oh, no. Rebound. Cadillac Anderson.
Nice.
And that's what I said. Cadillac is the guy that played big for the Bucks on Friday. He had 10 points when he came in. He didn't play long, but he's about as close to a banger as they can have on the team with the absence of Larry Kristoviak.
With about 3:15 left, Milwaukee comes up with its first offensive rebound. They only had 1 in the first half in game 1. Cartwright turnaround. Anderson with the rebound. This is Pierce, and now Pippen is on Sigma. He should get that shot away, and he drew the foul.
Chicago personal
That was a
foul.
mismatch with Scottie Pippen on him. And the thing that's starting to happen is that Jack is starting to open up Sigma. When you're watching now, when he gets on the block, he will more than likely open up out away from the basket. And what that does for him, obviously, is get him his shot, his step-back shot, which he's been known for. But what it takes him away from it is getting a rebound. And I'm not sure that Jack can beat people when all of a sudden they count him on that step he used to.
And Pippen leaves the game with 11 points. Sigma hits them both, and it's now a 27-14 Chicago lead with 2:40 to play right now. Short to the baseline. Batted away, and it looks like it's Lowhouse.
Well, Michael, right here, he tried to force the mismatch, and then once he got Presti behind him, he tries to go to the basket, and Jack comes over and does the thing that you need to do. Is just don't let him make the dunk, because the fans get involved if he makes the dunk.
Sigma did commit the foul, and Jordan to the line. Michael Jordan shot 699 free throws during the regular season and hit 85% of it.
Yeah, but he struggled a little bit of late leg, and I wish I had a struggle like that if it was around 85%.
What did you shoot in the line?
No, there's no way you're going to get me to say that.
Paul Presti into the game, open, misses his first shot, and Frank Hodges saves the inbounds pass. George into the lane for Grant.
Boy, I'll tell you what, and what's starting to be interesting, these guys have played together a couple of years. Now, Grant knew where to cut, and Michael knew exactly where to find him through the middle of the paint.
8 points for Grant. Pierce with Jordan on him. Anderson commits his second. 34 Cadillac. Anderson commits his second foul. 1:45 to play, first quarter. Cartwright had the good move, didn't get it to roll. Cartwright again.
That's his shot. He can shoot that one pretty well. if Cartwright has been able to get to the basket, he's been a little frustrated offensively, and the Bucks have done a good job keeping Sickman off.
Presley inside. Grant with the block. Here comes Hodges.
There's a height advantage help out the defensive end, but Hodges forced him inside so he could get that help.
Charles Davis, number 22, into the game for Chicago.
Charles brings a little more offense in. The Bulls are not exactly searching for that.
Jordan works for his shot. And Lohaus with the rebound. Presley looking down low. Anderson breaks free. Grant misses.
Well, you see that the Bucks are getting some inside play. That's the person that I said gave it to him on Friday. They've got to have more from him, but he's got to get some contribution from Lohaus and Jack Sickman, somebody else to take the inside pressure off.
Under a minute to play now, 45 seconds to be exact, as Jordan works his way towards the baseline. Jordan has 10. The long pass down for Ricky Pierce. And Sigma open for the pop. Jordan saves. And what a pass to Davis. 3-on-2. Davis blocked by Lohaus. That's a good block by Brad Lohaus. Sigma on the baseline. Reverse. Good.
It was a great effort by Lohaus to get back defensively. Michael made an outstanding play. Not only did he save it from out of bounds and got it to Davis, but then Lohaus did a good job on the defensive end.
Down to the last 10 seconds of the first quarter. And Pressey has Jordan. Hodges gets it off. That rim, no. Loose ball. And that ball. Let's take you over to Andrea Joy.
My name is Cleveland Brown.
During the last few minutes of the first quarter, they told the players, they stressed to them that they've got to keep their poise offensively. And in terms of defense, they said they've got to put more bodies on people and get more physical. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Andrea. You know, Del Harris and company stuck to their game on the
kind of shots they wanted to get as well.
In the great tradition of NBA bangers down low, number 45, Ed Neely, has come into the lineup for the Chicago Bulls.
And I think that's a significant point because Neely was in the game when the Bulls took their lead before. He's just a very aggressive player, the only banger that's really on the team.
Pressey working hard on the baseline, draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot two. There is Ed Neely in his 6th season out of Kansas State. He fills that enforcer role quite well.
Let's put it this way. One of Ed Neely's chores, I'm sure, is they tell him, don't take any fouls home with you. They would get more than his share of fouls, but he gives a physical presence that the Bulls are going to need. Now, they needed it, and they've got to have it there, too, because it becomes more physical the closer you get to the championship.
Neely goes 6'7", 240. And Del Harris says of the 5 games played between these two teams this year, Ed Neely was a significant factor in at least 3 of them.
And again, it's just the physical presence that the Bulls have and the Bucks don't seem to get because they've lost Larry Kostoviak due to injury.
Hodges three-pointer.
Good shot, boy.
Craig Hodges, specialist from three-point land. Lohaus on the give and go with Pierce, and Pierce will go to protect
area by just.
And boy, they don't take no breaks, do they? They just keep going up and down, up and down.
You don't let anybody go to that basket without letting them know. If you come in the middle, you're going to get tapped, and you will remember that.
Quinn, you and I watched Ed Neely working out yesterday afternoon with the weights, and his little regimen is something to behold.
I mean, he spent, just before practice, he was there a solid 40, 45.
Ricky Pierce hits them both. The Bulls' lead is 36-22. Robertson now with Pippen going down low. And that's
Chat. Never mind, keep that shit to myself.
Milwaukee. Stacey King played big in the game on Friday. He's nice inside. Comes to his left quite a bit, so I think that's something that the Bucks will have to work on. Just force him to his right. But he played a good game, I thought, inside for the Bucks.
9 points, 9 boards on Friday night. The rookie out of Oklahoma. Pierce trying to fight his way.
I was gonna say, I had some of that Snoop Dogg yesterday. Almost tapped out. I finished though. I did a good job.
Second quarter.
I almost tapped out. I ain't gonna lie. That boy, Uncle Snoop.
First time today.
But Robertson and Humphreys, as well as Preston, can run. I mean, they're good athletes, so they'll get out and do it. But they got to be careful because you get in a running game, and that's what the Bulls want to do.
Charles Davis now as King posts up and tries to move across the lane. Rejected by Lohaus, and here come the Bucks again. Robertson ahead of the pass.
Well, somewhere here, Phil has got to figure out how do I get more offense on the basketball court because right now with Michael Jordan out of the game, the Bulls are struggling, and Phil needs to tell them, let's think about this thing, guys. Regroup. Take your time.
9:44 to play, second quarter, and the Bucks have moved to within 10. It's 36-26, Chicago.
From being James.
Here we have 9:44 to play, second quarter. And you saw the headway the Bucks have made in the last few minutes. Scottie Pippen. There's a whistle. All against Milwaukee.
He had create some opportunities for other people, and Scottie's one of the people that can do that.
Hodges inside. That will not count. And that is against Stacey King. That's number 2 on King.
Early in the game on Friday, he messed him up totally, and he finally said in the newspaper, he said, I tried to play cool in the warm-up. Come game time, I was nervous.
Short jump hook by Pressey is good.
See, Greg, that's another thing. I didn't think Milwaukee did a good job of taking advantage of having Paul Pressey at 6'5", playing against either Paxson or Hodges, and that's what the Bucks have decided to do this afternoon.
Charles Davis kicks it back out and out down low, and out of bounds with Scottie Pippen.
Bruh.
Bulls with their third turnover of the day, and the Bucks now with a chance to cut it to 6.
You remember we talked about the Bulls will go up 10, and then all of a sudden the Bucks find themselves getting back in the game, being poised, doing what they do best.
And Ricky Pierce doing what he does best. He has 6 points now, and there's the steal by Pressey. Pressey on the drive, and he got it. 36-32, and Phil Jackson says, we'd better call timeout right about now. The Milwaukee Bucks have come out to go.
Coming into this series in the playoffs that I would be able to do that, and knew that I had 6 fouls to give. And I think against Chicago, we need somebody in there that's willing to take some hard fouls, as Ed Neely does for the Bulls.
So I guess for you, it's good luck for next year then.
Yeah, I'm anxious for next year to start already, and the rehab this summer won't be anything like last summer.
Okay, thanks, Larry. Let's go back to Greg.
Do you have anybody who can put a body on the Bulls down low and make a difference? And he said, yeah, Larry Krystkowiak. What a shot by Scottie
Nice
Pippen.
Pit
Yeah,
pooper.
you're right. They really miss Krystkowiak because shots like that you won't get many of because he'll come over, and it's because Scottie Pippen was going down, he's just make sure he doesn't get the shot off.
13 points for Scottie Pippen. 38-32 as we approach 8 minutes to play for the half. Shot clock down to 6, and it's out of bounds off of the book.
With Paul Prescott, Paul hadn't played. He's 6'5". They need somebody willing to play good defense and take some fouls.
Nice drive by Pressey into the lane, and he puts another one home. It's 38-34. Pressey has 8.
So this is what makes Prescott tough. And then they call a foul ball, great defense.
Jordan gets his own rebound, baseline, and we'll go to the line.
Jordan.
Good enough.
And you played with him.
No, see that he always says I.
It's because you always owe him. See, Michael doesn't know you like I do. I know you'd rather owe him than pay him.
That's right. He'll never go broke that way.
Jordan has 12, and the Bulls' lead is 6. Pressey, 3-pointer, off the mark. Neely rebounds, and here comes Jordan. Looking down court for Pippen. It doesn't find him yet. Inside, Lohaus broke that one up and took the hit, but the Bucks have the ball. Here comes Pierce. Stutter steps around Cartwright. Cartwright blocked it and saved it. And stepped.
That's real quick.
24-second clock to 16.
You know, one of the things is, and again, to the Bucks' credit, their bench has really come off to play well. They're scoring 18 points. And at this point, the Bulls bench has only scored 3.
Pierce got
Ricky Pierce.
Ricky Pierce scored 23 points a game during the regular season. And many feel the best sixth man in basketball this season. He's already won that award once, and his odds-on favorite to win it again.
Well, he comes off the bench, and he leads his team in scoring.
Cartwright's hook doesn't go. Anderson battles for the ball and picks it off.
And those are the kind of things. The loose balls are usually a good indication of who will come out favored in the game because it shows that extra effort.
Lob down low, too far. Missed Anderson, and Jordan has it. It's for Pippen. And a loose ball foul is going to go against Milwaukee.
Loose ball foul, Milwaukee. 55, Calqc, his second. The team scored.
Ricky Pierce helps that, but I think the Milwaukee bench overall has played much better in this game, and the Milwaukee coaching staff thought that the Bucks would come out stronger in this game than they did in game 1.
Well, Del Harris said his club rarely plays 2 bad games in a row. He said they play stronger than.
Horace Grant breaking free on the baseline, and it's 42-36 Chicago with 5:50 to play. 10 for Grant. And play. It's no partially blocked.
Oh, shoot. Bad.
In the way.
Outside, Pressey. That was partially blocked by Pippen. And Robertson has it back. And the shot clock expires before Pierce can get the shot off.
And Alvin Robertson has been in the league long enough to know that you've got to pay attention to the clock. It was blocked, and they come back up with the ball. Del Harris teams comes up with the ball. You've got to keep your mind on the 24-second clock. I think what he was trying to say is he felt that there was a possession by the Bulls, but clearly that was the case. So it was a 24-second violation.
Cartwright inside on Lowhouse draws the foul and will go to the line. 24. Well, Lowhouse is playing more of an inside game today than he did in game 1.
But he really is, and you read me well because I was going to say they need somebody to be willing to take those kind of fouls, and Brad just put his body on Cartwright to make sure he didn't make the shot.
Lowhouse gets his third, and that's going to send him to the bench as Jack Sikma prepares to come into the ballgame.
Jack Sigma.
You know, one of the reasons the Bucks got their run was all of a sudden they started to become very aggressive defensively. Paul Pressey has got those long arms, and he makes it difficult for you to get around. So he started calling some transition. Which is one of the things you've got to do if you don't have good interior players, and that's why the Bucks got back into the game.
Well, Jay Humphries in to replace Paul Pressey, and Pressey goes out having done an extraordinary job for the Milwaukee Bucks during his short tour of duty in there.
Yeah, he did. He's been hurt, just came back on Friday. Got kicked in the calf and has been out for a very long time, but I'm sure the Bucks are glad to see him playing better now.
Humphries rescues that ball, and back come the Bucks. 43-36 as we approach 5 minutes to play for the half. Roberts puts it up and hits it.
Yeah.
Alvin Robertson, 6 points.
Tough.
And it's a 5-point Chicago lead. Pippen, Paxson, Jordan, Cartwright, and Horace Grant in the lineup. And there's the steal by Robertson. He has Jordan to beat. And he did it.
And they're ex-teammates, ex-Olympic teammates, so they know each other pretty well. And Alvin knew that Michael was going to come and sneak for the block.
We have.
43-40. The Bulls lead tucked to 3. It was 15 at one point in the first quarter. Near steal, tipped out of bounds. Foul is called against Milwaukee.
Milwaukee personal foul, 24 Jay.
Foul is on Jay Humphries. Take a look at the other play.
I'm gonna go give me a snack or something, man. $5 off in this bitch. I'm tired, man. I'm waiting on somebody, Chad. They need to come on. Give me sweet ass time shit, man. I'm trying to go chill, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Trying to go chill for a little bit. I ain't gonna bring no bop over here tonight, though. I thought about it. Nope. Still, Mike. In and out. Ooh wee. Seem like all players from the 80s can pass good.
Pushed Horace Grant out.
Loose ball foul, Milwaukee. 21, Elvin Robertson.
Oh, they called on Alvin. But Ricky was there. Now you'll see the pass come out here. Michael is trying to take it to the basket. Too much help coming. So it was pretty evident right after that. I mean, I looked at Horace Grant. He came flying out of the paint.
And Horace goes 6'10", 220. It's not easy to get him airborne.
You see, he's only got one rebound, but he'll play better because he's had his chance to touch the ball. He knows that he can get some things done.
That'll be a loose ball foul against Bill Cartwright.
Loose ball foul, Chicago. 24, Bill Cartwright.
That's number 2 on Cartwright.
The wily veteran found a way to hold Jack Sikma down with one arm and reach for the ball with the other.
Cartwright's 10th season, his second here in Chicago after 8 years as a member of the Knicks. We approach 3:40 for the half. 5-point Chicago lead. Pierce, top of the key. Now to the far side, puts up a force. This is Pippen. Looks and finds Paxson on the drive, rejected. And Pippen will slow it down and kick it back out front to Jordan.
They give it back to the available father figure, if you will, and try to get the tempo.
Trying to get his way inside, spins it off the glass,
Yeah.
lets it go, Cartwright.
He low-key traveled.
If wondering why people stopped, when Michael went through the paint, it looks as though he might have traveled, and all the Bucks were expecting to hear a whistle. So that says one thing, players: play until you hear the whistle.
Bill Cartwright has 3 rebounds now. That's 3 more than he had in the first game. 7-point Chicago lead, 2:40 to play. Roberts. No. Pierce. Blocked by Jordan. And that is a foul on Scottie Pippen in conjunction with that award to Sclerosis Society. Scottie Pippen leaves the game with his 3rd personal foul, 13 points. And
now that there's going to be a little more rebounding with Stacey King, and he's starting to feel more comfortable in the offense, so he'll have his challenge with Calqc Anderson on him.
Pressey back into the game, too, and goes right down the lane. Paul Pressey has been outstanding so far this afternoon. He has 10, and again, it's a 5-point Chicago lead.
And you hit it on the head. Paul has been the major difference for the Bucks. He's taking the ball to the basket, so they get some inside points, as well as you see what he can do defensively.
He gets the steal, and Grant is forced to foul him.
Loose ball foul, Chicago.
You know, Paul Pressey is an interesting story. This is a guy Quinn at one point in the season wanted out of Milwaukee.
Well, yeah, he did. He didn't think he was getting the kind of playing time that he felt he should get. So he asked the club to think about, or at least explore the opportunity to let him go. But obviously, Dell felt that he is of some value to the team, and he's proven that this afternoon.
10 points, 4 assists for Pressey. Pressey missed the playoffs last season, out of action with a dislocated right shoulder. Cartwright and Sikma banging away at each other down low. 47-44, Chicago. Interesting that the Bucks have both Humphreys and Pressey in the lineup, along with Alvin Robertson.
2 minutes to play in the first half. 2 minutes.
2 minutes to play. Jordan's baseline shot off the mark. Stacey King got a hand on it, couldn't hold on. Here comes Robertson with Jordan on his tail. Humphrey drives back to Robertson, who missed the layup but gets the follow. No, tapped in by Anderson.
You're seeing more effort on the part of the Bucks this game. I didn't think they played that hard. Well, they played hard. They just didn't get done, I thought, against the Bulls on Friday. This time they're playing hard, man.
It's out here.
One lead
To preserve that lead.
It's a 1-point lead now as we approach a minute and a half to play for the half. Jordan inside, rejected by Sigma, fouled by Sigma.
Milwaukee personal foul.
That's number 2 on Jack.
And I expect now the Bulls have suffered enough offensively. This is when the offense really starts turning and it becomes Michael's offense. He lets everybody else play as long as the offense is moving smoothly. But as soon as it staggers, he'll take it over.
I want to remind you, coming up at halftime, Pat O'Brien, Bill Raftery, back in our studios in New York with the Prudential at the half. Jordan now 14 and 7 assists and 5 rebounds and 4 steals, and it's a 3-point Bulls lead.
And it's only halftime.
Robertson on the move, tries to kick it outside, but he is fouled. Situation hurt. Where they lost to the
Similar to the team in 81 is he had an injury-prone team. They had a lot of injuries that year. And this year, with 235 man games missed, if you will, Dell's team leads the league with that number. So he says there are some similarities. One they don't have, though. They had Moses Malone then. That makes a big difference.
49-47, Bulls with the ball, lead by 2. And 70 seconds to play in the half. Shot clock is at 10. Pressey on Jordan. And inside for King. A good defensive play by Cadillac Anderson, out of bounds to Milwaukee. King. A good defensive play by Cadillac Anderson, out of bounds. And inside for King. A good.
They both touched it.
Ball
Pressey.
Boy, he had his long arms that just stuck in there with a nice little.
And this game is tied at 49.
Paul Pressey hooping.
Batted away by Anderson. The lead for Robertson and a good feed for Anderson.
But the pass that really keyed it was up Paul Pressey because he looked up and Michael had an angle on Robertson and Paul threw it away from Michael, and then Robertson had the presence of mind to tap it to Anderson.
20 seconds to play. 2-point Milwaukee lead. Their first lead of the day. George with the miss. Anderson with the rebound. Here comes Alvin Robertson. Down the lane and foul. Bill.
Ball game in Chicago.
Into the game is rookie B.J. Armstrong for Bill Cartwright. Craig Hodges also comes in as Phil Jackson shuttles his long-range bombers in for service to the game, and also Tony Brown.
And his is just the opposite. He takes Jack Sigma out of the game. You just get a little more active body, so all of a sudden the Bulls don't come back, you get a basket, and then get the fans in the game before you go out at the half.
Robertson hits 1 of 2, 3-point Milwaukee lead. Armstrong tapped out of bounds by Roberts with 5 seconds to play. What a turnaround the Milwaukee Bucks have engineered here in the first half.
Well, this is true to Dale's statement. He said his club plays well if they play badly on the first time.
Let's see if Jordan gets this right back. He doesn't. Hodges spins, puts it up, and hits.
That was a mismatch. He had Fred Roberts on him, and Fred just never recovered in time.
1.4. Jordan taps it away, and that'll do it for the half. First half.
Sponsored by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
And our score, along with Bill Bucks, a lot of penetration. Another
in the NBA.
Day. It's a nine.
Yes.
Years more. I play to you.
on the whistle on the.
Has 16.
He won't. And I can suggest to you, Michael will pick it up in this half because he knows that his team has got to get this thing going. And you can't afford to lose one game in this 5-game series, and particularly when you're playing at home. So the pressure clearly on the Bulls. The man has always responded, Michael Jordan.
Quadruple double is not entirely out of the realm of possibility for Jordan today. We're underway in the second quarter, and Paul Pressey is in to start the second half for the Bucks. Alvin Robertson shot off and Pippen with the rebound. Horace Grant. No, Pressey with the rebound.
Well, Pressey's in the lineup, so you got to wonder. Pressey played well, but how much is Jay Humphries hurt? But again, you got Cadillac Anderson in, so now you got some tough bodies that got good defensive team in as well.
Bulls with the takeaway. The Bulls start the same 5. Jordan. Greg Anderson is still on the floor looking for a call that, as you mentioned, Quinn, will not come in the playoffs.
Yeah, he can keep looking for that call. He won't get that one too many times.
Jordan has 16. And the Bulls lead at 53-52. Pressey almost trapped back outside the low house. Shot clock is at 2. Anderson shot off the mark. Pippen with the rebound. And the low house faces up to Pippen, and Jordan will slow things down.
Yeah, that's all day. That's all day. There's nowhere in the world that Fred Robertson guards Scottie Pippen.
Immediately, Del Harris wants a 20-second timeout. The first 4 points of this period. Sigma got the back rim. Jordan was fouled by Sigma, who tried to grab his rebound. That's 3 on Sigma.
Oh, boy.
There's a little of that demeanor you were talking about on Phil Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, he very rarely changes. The only time I've really noticed him to change, and it's rarely at the players, if he says something to an official, and that's the way you've got to be. You got to fight for your player.
Sigma rejects Jordan down low. And Pressey leads the Bucks back 4 on 3. Robertson inside.
Robertson.
55-54 Bulls. 3-pointer.
Boy, he's playing with so much more confidence. To take that kind of shot when your team is going through a little bit of lull offensively takes a lot of confidence and a lot of nerves.
Scottie Pippen has 18.
There you go, Pip.
And the foul is going to go on Scottie Pippen.
No, I believe instead of foul, they call illegal defense. That kind of call. I thought he was going to call him for illegal defense. But now Phil Jackson, he'll get off that bench a little bit now.
Pressey, turnaround on Paxson. You can't say enough about Paul Pressey's game this afternoon. He has 16.
And John Paxson cannot guard him down there, so the Bucks have themselves well by getting Pressey down on the block.
Cartwright, top of the key. Jordan. Bulls by 4. Jordan with 18. He and Pippen leading the way. 36 of the Bulls' 60 points between them. Pressey.
Ball.
I'd say Paul Pressey is.
He showed up this afternoon.
He's guaranteeing himself some playing time in Game 3 in Milwaukee. Paxson with Sigma guarding him. Tap up and in. Brent will get credit. I'm not sure that it wasn't Lowhouse who tipped it in.
They tipped it, and they were tipping it in the opposite direction, and the ball just died over the rim, dropped right through.
How many hours a day do you spend practicing that?
You better not spend a whole lot, because there's not many chances you'll get that to happen positively for you.
8 minutes to play, third quarter. Bulls, 62-58 lead. Anderson had it batted away. Alvin Robertson back up. Off the glass, no.
Dang, that
Anderson
boy
again.
Mike swiping.
Good inside play by Greg Cadillac Anderson.
Yeah, but all of the Bucks are more aggressive. That time, I thought the Bulls came after them. Bucks are showing they're going to be resilient and stay tough on the inside.
Ricky Pierce getting set to check in for Milwaukee. Cartwright on Anderson.
He's still looking for that call.
Cartwright has 8. Bulls lead back to 4 with 7:20 to play. Third quarter. That one almost out of bounds. Shot clock is at 6. Sigma will take it. And is fouled by Cartwright.
Shooting a jump shot. That's great. Pippen on.
And Jack Sigma is yet to corral a rebound this afternoon.
But the Bucks have him far enough away from the basket. He'll have a tough time getting it. And as I said, if it's just running or jumping, the Bulls will get most of those.
Jordan off the mark. Pressey with the ball. Robertson change of place down the middle, and he is hammered. Anderson is hammered by Jordan.
From our best.
Of course, for the blind tomorrow, and we join in wishing him our very best.
Yeah, we really do. And Sonny Parker and Earl King, 2 former NBA players, were the guys that got Michael Jordan to come. And I'm sure Michael would.
Craig Anderson's 2 free throws have pulled the Bucks to within 1 at 64-63 with 6:45 to play here in the third quarter. Milwaukee's bench has now contributed 38 points to 5 for the Bulls bench.
Well, if you look at the Bucks lineup now, they may have one of the best athletic team on the court, which is how Dale Harris wanted to match up.
Chicago turns it over. Here comes Pressey with Jordan on him. And the Bucks with a chance to take the lead. Pressey's crossover.
Good D.
Stolen by Pippen. And Pippen late coming back down court. In the middle, Anderson off the glass. And the Bucks grab 2 more points at 66-65.
This is a different team in terms of a lineup and a mental makeup than we saw on Friday. This team for the Bucks is just much more aggressive on both ends of the court.
The team the Bucks have out there, only 2 starters, and Cartwright is fouled before he made his spin to the Bucks. Let's take a look at Scottie Pippen.
I done dozed off like 4 times in this video. And I gotta go to work tomorrow. Fuck. This is my first video in the new crib. It's straight. Can't complain. Splash.
Yeah, shooting a jump shot, so they're capable of shooting a 3-pointer.
This Bucks team nice.
Fired from Minnesota for Randy Brewer on January 4th and has played very well. Here's Jordan.
Ooh.
With 2 on him.
And got it real quick because Brad was coming from the backside to try to block that one.
Jordan has 20, and we're tied at 68 with 5 minutes to play in the third. That one out of bounds to Chicago.
Remember when I talked about the Bulls when they're at their best? They start getting their hands on balls. That time, that was Scottie Pippen hit the ball first, and then it went off Paul Pressey's hand.
That's the 11th
Paul
Bucks
Pressey
turnover of the
hands.
day. The Bulls have turned it over 10 times. Jordan into the lanes, tied up by Pressey, and he got it back. Pippen, that's a 2-pointer, and he nails it.
He balling.
70-68, 22 for Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, he balling, man. He balling for sure.
Greg, interestingly enough, this pace is one that I don't think the Bulls really want to be in because the Bucks are as good at executing team as they're in all basketball.
Alvin Robertson, 3-pointer on the way, no good. Cartwright, and Grant takes it away from Cartwright. And Paxson, the lob for Pippen, too much.
Because there was defense coming back in the area.
Well, I thought the ball was thrown ridiculously high. It wasn't that far overthrown. Scottie Pippen went right up the ladder. Good ball movement by Bucks. Pressey, front rim, no. Pippen has the ball. And taken away by Robertson. Here, down the lane. All right, Pressey.
That is awful defense, and that's something that Phil Jackson's not going to be real pleased about. You can't let people drive to the paint and not make them pay for it.
Paul Pressey has 20 points this afternoon, and we are tied at 70 and under 3.5 to play for the quarter. Cartwright got it. And Alvin Robertson goes down on the baseline. Chicago by 2. Did I call that one a little prematurely?
Just a bit.
Pressey hounded by Paxson. Shot clock to 5. Taken away. And foul. If I with 70 Chicago. 2:45 to play, third quarter. Jordan, baseline drive, spun it up and didn't get it.
Got it to the other side. But he's very active up and down the court. That is his strength, is his activeness.
Jordan hits them both to expand Chicago's lead to 4. And as the Bulls will do, they go to a little full court pressure after the free throw. Humphries, Pressey, Ricky Pierce, Greg Anderson, Brad Lohaus in the lineup for the Bucks. Pressey's pass batted around. And out to Lohaus with the three-point bomb. In and out, and Jordan has it. Good defense by the Bulls. That trip down court. Jordan to Grant. Back to Jordan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and Michael's giving credit where we're due. Hard Grant trying to do a little bit of Michael Jordan there, taking it to the basket and dishing it to Michael.
24 points for Jordan. Bulls by 6. Come on now. Nope. Pressey yelling to a teammate to move and has to toss it up as the shot clock expires. And Paul Pressey is clearly disgusted.
Well, it's disgusted because one of it's Ricky Pippen going.
Here's Jordan. Oh, quick pass inside Grant. Around it. And Anderson has the rebound.
That's tough.
This is Humphries. And here's Pierce. Oh. Loose ball brought back by Pressey. And with 1 minute to play, 76-72. Chicago. Pressey with 22. King. Looking inside. Tapped up and in.
Tough.
By Horace Grant.
Tough
well,
for us.
Stacey had such good inside position that both of the defenders on the inside had to come over to help out on Stacey and allowed Horace to get loose with that shot.
Grant has 15. It's a 6-point Chicago lead. The pass taken away by Pippen with Jordan trailing, and there's a foul. Chicago Bulls are clicking that offensive.
They wanted them to the basketball, and as I said, athletic defense, just trying to get to it with quickness. There's more team speed on the Bulls.
Congruent.
You liked that, didn't you?
16 seconds, 15 now for the quarter. And Lohaus is grabbed on the far side by Jordan.
Chicago personal foul. 23, Michael Jordan.
That's 3
team's first
on Jordan. Into the game comes Charles Davis, number 22 for Chicago. And Jordan will get a rest.
That's a good substitution because that foul told Phil Jackson and Michael Jordan's got to be a little bit tired because you said it was clearly a hack. So Michael couldn't move his feet. So biggest foul.
10 seconds for the quarter. Pierce with 4 on the clock, trying to drive. And the basket will count. The basket will count, and Pierce will go to the line.
KX Sport.
Scantling. 83-81. Bulls by 2. Out of bounds, off of Neely. And back on top, Pippen 3.
Stay, that's for sure.
We can check with Ed about the restaurants, can't we? 83-81. Bulls by 2. Out of bounds, off of Neely. Lowhouse on top. Shot clock is at 10. Bucks still with time. Robertson gets a pick and Uncle blows.
My bad, chat. I don't know where I just skipped to. So, I don't know. I ain't even got the energy to really even. I don't know, bro. I don't know. We just go watch.
Good quickness. The Paul is very savvy on defensive end, on the offensive end. He'll find a little tricks holding.
Sigma back into the game, throws it out of bounds. Bulls with the lead. Coming up on 8:45 to play for the game. Pippen. Good move. Didn't get the top of the ball. Pippen has the loose ball.
Oh. Boom. I mean, he ran right at Brad Lowhouse and just threw it down. Woo.
25 for Scottie Pippen. Chicago by 4. Right inside, Sigma had it batted away. Here comes Pippen on Pressey. And he's fouled. New leads at 80 and to shoot 2.
Well, the Bulls are getting their hands on loose balls again, and Scottie Pippen has played well. But I tell you, you got to give the Bucks the team they played.
Scottie Pippen out of Central Arkansas. Hit them both.
We might have skipped like 2 or 3 minutes in this fourth, but it is what it is.
6-point lead for the Bulls.
It is what it is.
And Pippen exerting the pressure on Pressey. Here, trying to drive on Jordan and gets the bucket in the offensive foul.
Yeah, it was a good call because Michael got in there and started reaching, and it clicked.
Pierce still shaking his head as he goes back on defense. And Jordan to the baseline. Bumped by yet to correct NBA.
He really has, and what it makes you wonder is either 2 things you need to do to get a rebound, and primarily the first one is to block out. Well, if you can't get to guys like Grant and Pippen to block them out, it's pretty hard to keep getting the ball, and that's what's happened to Jack the majority of the time.
7-point lead for the Bulls. Lowhouse, 3-pointer on the way. Got it.
3-point field goal, Brad Lowhouse.
88-84. 12 for Lowhouse. Pippen gonna put it up. Neely had it go off of it. Lowhouse.
Lost it. 6'11" down in the paint. You can't put it on the ground. You bring it to the little people. That's why he lost that.
Jordan, nice pass with good hands by the Bucks, batted it away. Pressey leaves it for Pierce. 3-point attempt.
3-point field goal, Ricky Pierce.
Bulls 88. The Bucks 87.
Ooh.
16 for Ricky Pierce. Jordan down low, and Sigma is guilty of the foul on Cartwright.
They called 3 seconds on Cartwright. He was camped out in there.
6:28 to play. 4th quarter. Bulls by 1. Don't go away.
Robin Robertson, Ricky Pierce, and Jay Humphries form a perfectly balanced backcourt trio. While the
much and with Jay Humphries.
This has been an injury-riddled Milwaukee team all season long. They led the league in number of man-games missed with 235. That shot off the mark, loose ball picked off by the Bucks. Pierce throws it back into the corner and gets it back. Fakes the three, takes the two. And Jordan has the rebound. The NBA average for man games missed per team is just over 100. The Bucks more than doubled that this season.
And it's been interesting. They've had 195. They've averaged like 215 for the last 4 years. They've really struggled with injuries, and they can't put their fingers on what it is.
Scottie Pippen open, no. Sigma and Neely battling, and Robertson saves it. Up ahead to Lowhouse, to Pierce, change the direction, scores.
Nice.
The Bucks 89, the Bulls 88.
Well, both teams have been battling, but the Bucks, I think, have played extremely hard, and inside they've done a good job as Ricky Pierce makes a steal there.
Pierce on
Wow,
the
he
run,
low
gives
key
it back to
fouled.
Robertson, trying to find a way around Pippen, can't do it, and a whistle blows. That's on
Pierce. And here, Scottie just does a good job defensively.
Now you have a formidable Scottie Pippen on defense, and Alvin Robertson couldn't find a way around him. Tie game.
Potentially here, because that's an easy two-point basket that gets away from the Bucks, and the Bulls get a chance to get it back. Virtue the two free throws by Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen has just hit a season-high 29 points. On Friday night, he hit a career-high 13 assists. Sigma going to put it up. Missed everything. Lowhouse back on top. On the drive. Offensive foul, Pierce.
You see Ricky coming at the back, and Ed Neely steps right up.
Ooh.
And the one thing he's going to do is
5 personal fouls on Ricky Pierce. And Ed Neely takes a seat on the bench to a huge ovation.
A well-deserved ovation. I mean, he does the dirty work. Every team needs to have a player like that in order to be successful. You've got to have somebody willing to bang, go on the floor for the ball, gets a tough rebound. Ed Neely is the player that did that for Chicago.
Jordan. Out the cart right. 3-point Chicago lead, and the Bucks want the Pippen ball. Pressey, Robertson, Lowhouse, Pierce, and Greg Anderson for the Bucks. Lowhouse open out of the corner. And
Go rebound.
Sky high for the rebound.
Excuse me. I mean, Bill Cartwright thought he had it, and I mean, he clearly took it out of his hand.
Jordan open. .28 for Michael Jordan. Bulls by 5 with 4 minutes to play. Pressey fouled as he got the shot off. Chicago. And that looks like it's on Jordan.
All right, chat.
Knows all about this
finish
playoff action. He was a member of the New York Knicks championship team back in 1973.
I'm stressing the fuck out, chat. Already.
Yeah, well, under that championship team, he played for as good a mind that's ever been in professional basketball in Red Holtzman. And I'm sure he's bringing a lot of that. And he said that a lot of the things he brings to the Bulls, he picked up from Red while he was playing for the Knicks.
Pressey hits 1 out of 2, and Chicago's lead is 4. Jordan into the lane.
Hey. Ugh.
Milwaukee fans will say this is the call Ricky Pierce didn't get at the other end.
Well, no, if you watch Michael, see, he's going away from the basket, and that's the difference. If you're going to the basket, your intent obviously is to go that way. Michael is moving away, so in order for you to make contact, you've got to move with him. That's why Michael Jordan that's part of the reason he got benefit of the doubt. The others, it just happens to be Michael Jordan.
Ed Neely back into the lineup for the Bulls. As Jordan looks to make it a 7-point Chicago lead. He is 10 of 12 from the line today. And 31 points. Ed Neely and Scottie Pippen. And there's a foul call up top. Looks like it might be on Scottie Pippen.
It was. And Scottie had gotten away with the foul and didn't know it. It's one of those fouls where when you hit the guy, you put your hand up to say, I didn't hit him. Well, if he hadn't put his hand up to back away from him, Mike Mathis would not have been able to make that call as clearly as Scottie gave the indication that he fouled. That's the old trick I used to use. And I didn't take fouls home either.
Pressey on the drive. Nice move inside. Doesn't get the roll, but he did draw the foul. And that's Ed Neely committing his second.
Remember with your body.
John Calqc returns for the Bulls, replacing Ed Neely.
John Paxson back into the game now for Chicago.
Well, Paxson is going to help take some of the ball handling pressure off of Michael. And I'm sure what the Bulls want to do is just free Michael up so he can catch and just create.
Pressey hit them both. He has 25, 97-92, 3:15 to play for the game.
Don't ask yourself. I'm forgetting the shower, chat.
Grant double teamed, and Paxson gets it to Jordan. And Pippen will take it back again. Jordan will put up the two. Sigma would rather make it Lowhouse with the rebound. Pressey tried to lob for Sigma, and it was batted back by Jordan.
Well, this is a mismatch, and if the Bulls don't get out there, they got problems with Ricky Pierce.
Pressey coming across the lane, outside Lowhouse for three, hit it.
We talked about it, yesterday. You and I were just visiting, and one of the things I said, if the Bulls allow the Bucks to get into a tempo where they get the clock down under 7 on a 24-second clock, they have executed. They get their kind of shots, and they can make them.
97-95, 2:20 to play. Paxson drives the baseline, puts up the left-handed shot. Oh, beautiful shot by John Paxson. He has 4, and the Bulls lead it by 9.
Few minutes to play in the game. 2 minutes.
At the 2-minute mark, Pierce to the baseline. Didn't get it to fall. Cartwright with the rebound. And Scottie Pippen will take his time.
Well, he's going what they call a zipper play, and Michael will come out to the top to try to get the ball if they let him.
Offensive foul.
Off the pitch. He felt he got grabbed, and in his effort to get away from the grab.
Back into the lineup. Took part. Minute and a half for the game. Bulls by 4. Bucks trying to even things up before series heads back to Milwaukee.
You got to give that up. Chicago doesn't get an increased tempo game. They've got problems because Ricky Pierce gets them basketball.
$19 for Pierce. Bulls by hits them both. 99-9-22 up tonight here on CBS. 60 minutes.
Players in the NBA some time ago, soon to probably be an NBA coach. I'm sure in that time, they've got to tell their players, look, we've got ourselves in a position to win the game. Anytime you're in the contest under 2 minutes, you're in position. What they can't afford to do is to get down here and let the Bucks get a basket and foul them. That's the most important thing.
Heard your former coach Don Nelson say on television last night that he liked the Milwaukee game plan. The only difference in game 1 is that the Bucks just
hold on,
down the stretch.
Man, Chad, I had to stop so many times. I almost got in the shower. Let's finish this shit.
Well, they couldn't stick to it because the Bulls were able to implement theirs by virtue of getting their hands on some loose ball, getting the tempo up. This afternoon, the Bucks, as a rule, have controlled the tempo. That's why they're in the game.
1:05 to play in the game. Jordan, baseline, foul, got the bucket.
Just what I talked about. Well, Michael Jordan, he still takes the ball to the basket strong, but you don't want to let him get the ball to the basket. So I'm sure one of the things Bell's trying to tell his club, if it gets there, foul him. And don't let him get the ball up to the basket. Now you're looking at the three-point play, and you get the fans involved in that.
34 for Jordan. 5-point Chicago lead with 1:02 to play, and now Del Harris wants timeout, and it's exactly what he's telling Brad Lohaus. 62 seconds to go. We'll be right back. Fighting hard to be heard above this noise.
They got the fan meter up above us, and it's all the way on 10. They just broke it.
Bucks will put the ball in play at half court. Paul Pressey inbounding with 62 seconds to go.
Well, this is a mismatch that the Bucks are in trouble with.
Pierce, three-pointer, nailed it.
That's what I meant. The Bulls were in trouble. Ed Neely cannot guard Ricky Pierce, and that's exactly what you need to do to him.
Under a minute, 2-point Chicago lead. Robertson on Jordan.
As much as you can, you obviously keep the ball in Michael's hand and let him try to take it to the basket.
Jordan, they've cleared out for him. He goes to the baseline.
Ooh. Okay, Mike Jeff.
Timeout, Milwaukee.
All right, nigga.
As Jordan, it's just under 37 seconds to go.
Damn, bitch. Too bad I can't smoke with y'all, chat.
You never foul. If you don't think you can do it, kick out for a shooter. The Bulls got to just not foul. That's the one thing they cannot afford to do. Is just don't foul anybody.
Milwaukee with a timeout remaining. Chicago with a one full timeout and a 20. And the steal at half court. Horace Grant with the steal. Jordan to Neely and back out front to Pippen. And the Bulls will look to ice this one.
This shit over with. I ain't gonna lie.
Play by Horace Grant.
And Horace Grant. Instead of
why they shoot free throws? Let me go.
To try to take advantage of his skill.
I had a long motherfucking day, boy. I'm gonna have to see if I can.
Cartwright came right back to him. And the Bulls are putting this one on ice.
No, they really did. So if Michael had a chance to hit Scottie Pippen under the basket and didn't do it, but they didn't need to shoot the ball.
Boy, jeez.
Cartwright will go to the line again.
And Darryl was right when he said that his team would play a better second game than they did in the first. And they implemented this plan a great deal more. So had the tempo, but I think to the Bulls' credit, they were able to play the Bucks tempo.
Man.
And at this point, 15 seconds away.
I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, chat.
The end will take game with Mike Arnold. Senior producer Dick Stockton.
The trainer still was in what appeared to be like a gray area.
Lob for Robertson falls with just over 3 seconds to go. Grant for Pippen.
Pippen was fucking balling, Chad. I ain't gonna lie, that nigga was balling. He was balling. Shot calling. Balling. Shot calling. I guess my voice came back. I was just dull as fuck for a minute. Well, really that whole game. So that was my first video in this crib, yo. I guess I had to break myself in. Ballin', shot caller. 20-inch bait, una and baller. I'm gonna check this weak ass box score out. Let me stop. Let me stop, man. Look at the motherfucking muscle stuff, man. Them bitches look the motherfucker. Yeah. But let me not do this in full of niggas. That's weird as fuck. Anyway, Bulls with their ass. They up 2-0. First to 3. Brad Lohaus. He was hooping. Alvin Robinson. Shit. Paul Pressey was hooping. Ricky was hooping. Pressey was cooking their ass. 60% from the field is nice. With 12 assists. Wow, that's crazy, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Then we got Michael Jordan, 36 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds. We got motherfucking Scottie Pippen, 32 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, 4 steals. Shit, got it. These niggas almost fouled out too. But man, Horace 15 points. Cut right. 14 points, man. Overall, great game. I can't complain, man. It is what it is, man. It's your boy Cal, man. I was just chilling the whole video. I don't know. I guess I had to break myself in. Game 3, we go catch y'all in that real soon. I gotta go to work tomorrow. So I'll probably do a game before I go to work tomorrow. And maybe. If not, I'll just do one when I just watch game 3 when I get the fuck off. Or watch a Larry Bird story. I don't know. Shit. We'll see. It's your boy Cal. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.